team ban. LGD's turn to ban. Dire team ban. LGD's turn to ban. Seconds. Dire team ban. LGD's turn to pick. Dire team pick.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Epicenter XL China qualifier coverage here. We are on now day number 3, ultimately trying to find which team will go to the Epicenter XL event representing China.
Remaining.
And looking forward to see what happens. It started a couple days ago. We're going through the weekend. At the end of it all, again, we will have that one team. It could be one of these two teams. They are 2 of 4 teams currently remaining, as we are now in the playoff stage. That is a double elimination playoff stage. So I am Breaky CPK, going to be your cast here on the secondary stream. And we got a hell of a match here on the secondary stream. LGD Gaming versus Vici Gaming here in a best of 3. Again, winner advances on to the winter finals here, in this case of the playoffs. So really, really excited to be here. And we are getting started off with, of course, game number 1. So hopefully you guys are having a good night, good morning, wherever you may be yourselves. Looking forward to watching some fun Dota 2. We got a couple of first picks out of the way, so let's get a closer look and see what's taking place. LGD Gaming picking up that Chen in the first spot
10 seconds
as far as opening
remaining.
their draft goes. In a response so far, Vici Gaming going with the
5
gyrocopter.
seconds remaining.
I gotta say, going into this, obviously the 2 big name teams out of the Chinese region. Vici Gaming, though, definitely one of the more, going into this personally, a team that I would have expected to be the team ultimately qualifying. Of course, they are, where are they actually currently on the Dota 2 Pro Circuit points? They're currently sitting comfortably in that 5th place spot, actually. But LGD does have points themselves in that 12th place spot, and this would be an absolutely big deal, getting the opportunity to not only qualify for this, but of course earn those all-important Dota 2 Pro Circuit points, trying to move themselves into the top 8. Again, goes without saying, a very big deal. So I've been impressed with Chalice joining the roster ever since he did about 3 months ago. He is now even the captain of the team as far as the drafter goes, at least. So obviously some big steps
5
from
seconds
here.
remaining.
But again, Vici Gaming, very strong across the board, so we'll see. We'll see how this plays out here. Vici Gaming coming as the winners of Group B, by the way. LGD coming as the runner-up of Group A. VGJ Thunder was the winner of Group A. And then you had Rock Young, actually, the winners of Group B, on the other hand. So there you go. Now you're kind of all caught up here as far as the China Dota scene goes with the Epicenter XL qualifiers. Anyways, let's continue to get a look here at this draft. So very interesting opening, by the way. They had the Chen first pick, obviously very, very strong hero. We usually see that hero banned nowadays within the first 6 bans. Gyrocopter response initially, and then the Crystal Maiden coming out. This is not your everyday support coming out from Vici Gaming. However, specifically against Chen, that Frostbite ability extra strong against his minions. No doubt the main reason that we're seeing it picked here by Vici Gaming. So they snatch up the Crystal Maiden for good reason. But how about that response from LGD Gaming? Go with a very early Terrorblade themselves. However, to match up so far against Vici. So figuring that there's a chance it was going to be banned here coming out, they decide to pick it up. Now again, very early Terrorblade, so we'll see how Vici Gaming now responds themselves. But overall, a strong core goes without saying, up there on the tier list with the likes of, well, the Gyrocopter. And speaking of Gyrocopter, by the way, this is the one thing with the Chen. Sure, Chen's a great hero and everything, and like I said, we usually see him banned. He's great just controlling the pace earlier on especially, but that flat cannon from Gyrocopter can cause issue and can clear his minions fairly quickly if you're not careful. So something to look out for, but you have bans to follow. We had the Omni Knight into a Morphling. Morphling, no doubt, could have been a strong hero against the likes of the Terrorblade. So we see the Morphling ban. On the other side, you have a Viper Brewmaster ban coming out for VG Gaming. By the way, the initial bans, I think it's worth looking at that as well. Considering we had a first pick Chen, it was Elder Titan, Bat Rider, Nature's Prophet. On the other side, you have Enchantress, Naga Siren, and Bounty Hunter were your bans. So interesting stuff right there with a third pick now coming along for Vici Gaming. So they got their main support, they got their core in Gyrocopter. Probably position 4 is going to be a popular hero here. Sand King is still on the board. Don't see any reason why Sand King wouldn't be a strong pick here. But Vici Gaming liking to go Underlord instead for now. Underlord has Firestorm, strong against hero like Terrorblade, help take out the illusions, does good damage to him overall. Pit and Malice, always good crowd control, and also for that matter against Chen. Goes back to the Chen army, yet another hero that happens to be pretty decent against him. So if you're going to give up Chen, make sure you get heroes to deal with him, and that's exactly what Vici Gaming is doing right here. So again, very good start. I am liking the Vici Gaming's draft so far. As far as the response goes, and again, somewhat unique especially, it goes back to that Crystal Maiden pick. And personally, I'm a huge fan of Crystal Maiden, actually, so again, I'm actually just extra excited to see her, but wow, we really picked up here. Vengeful Spirit coming out for LGD Gaming, and then the immediate Kunkka response for Vici Gaming, however. So, Kunkka, yet, dare I say it, yet another good hero against the Chen army with what he brings to the table as well. Obviously, very good roam, very good setup with the Crystal Maiden Frostbite and whatnot. So, also does bring excellent team fight capability with the Crystal Maiden and the Gyrocopter as well. That ship drinking the rum with him and the teammates going to make them extra difficult to kill off. But yeah, the Vengeful Spirit coming out for LGD. I would expect to see that as a support Vengeful Spear, being as they already have the Terrorblade. I guess it's not out of the question for them to maybe go something like a Terrorblade mid with a Vengeful in the safe lane. But I'm going to go ahead and put my money down that is a support Vengeful Spirit. So either side, running your not-so-typical supports, actually, as we see right here.
Clockwork.
And now we have a Clockwork coming out for the side of LGD with their fourth pick, so would expect that to be the offlane, actually. But they felt like they needed a hero that could get in the front lines and get there quickly. That's exactly what Clockwork can do, of course, so good killer for a hero like Crystal Maiden. No reason why he really stands out, to be honest. I mean, trapping in Gyrocopter and the Cogs could potentially be nice to set up a kill, but it's not like it screams where Clockwork synergy is just so good here. He's excellent for catch. It's not like they're going up against a Black Hole, for example, from Enigma. So it feels like a little bit of a stretch from LGD Gaming as far as a necessity for the Clockwork and why they want him here. Now, we'll say, obviously, plenty of offlaners were banned from the Omni, the Bat Rider, the Brewmaster for that matter. So we were starting to get down the tier list with the Underlord pickup on the other side, but still doesn't feel like the strongest offlane Clockwork to me. We do have the final pick now to come. Because apparently I'm getting complaints about a little bit of lag. I am checking myself. It looks like I was dropping some frames right there. I do apologize, guys. Hopefully that does not keep up. Anyways, we got the final pick, Shadow Fiend, coming out for LGD Gaming meanwhile. So they go with the synergy of Clockwork. That is the one benefit of having a Clockwork in that offlane, of course, is the idea that they can run with the Shadow Fiend now with the final pick, and he can get those cogs, get those 12 souls early on, going into that laning phase. So maybe that was the ultimate idea for LGD Gaming. Vici Gaming will final pick a Tusk. Wait a second. All right, so that was a bit of a curveball there from Vici Gaming at the very end. And look at that. Ori is queued up on the Kunkka currently. So we're going to see a core Kunkka actually coming out. And this is interesting because, honestly, in this event, we've actually seen a couple of core Kunkkas. I want to say eHome, actually, was running a core Kunkka, and somebody else I could have sworn. I want to say they both were yesterday. Maybe it was Rocky Young. Maybe it was Renee. I'm actually blanking on exactly who it was, but we have seen a couple of core Kunkkas over these last couple of days, actually, in the China region for these qualifiers. So excited to see it here once again coming out for Ori. Maybe the start of things to come, specifically in the China region at least. But the final pick of the Tuskar, I got to wonder if that really throws LGD for a loop right there with that final pick. And again, I go back to I'm really liking Vici Gaming's lineup across the board. It seems like they responded very well to the early picks of LGD. And LGD, their side is more of it's going to really rely on a big start for Shadow Fiend. Also Chen, ex-Nova here playing the Chen. It's a tough game for him throughout, as we've mentioned, with Crystal Maiden, Gyrocopter, Kunkka. I mean, these are all heroes that are great at dealing with him and his minions. But early game aggression is going to be important, it feels like, as it usually is for Chen. How much impact will he have in this early game is kind of the ultimate question, I think, if you're LGD. So, looks like, by the way, they are planning to send Terrorblade at the top lane. We'll see if they keep to that or not. Meanwhile, a 4-man smoke gang coming out for the Dire side. Uh-oh. They may wrap around. They see Terrorblade.
30 seconds to battle.
If Terrorblade goes a little bit too far into the jungle, he may be dead right here. Smoke is going to be wearing off in a couple of seconds, though. They also see Chen nearby. Chen, is he going to go on a mission? He might run into death. No, he's going up. So can they get the flank now is the question. Oh, man. If he goes for this bounty rune, he's 100% dead. And actually, they are going to catch somebody. They're going to catch FY on Vengeful. So they get somebody in the end. The patience pays off for Vici Gaming. They figured someone was going to go for that bounty rune. And you saw the spamming of the ward spot immediately. And actually, the ward was just placed there by the Radiant team. So I got to assume that Vici Gaming perhaps saw that and is going to make a note of that. Yeah, people are bringing it up, and it was worth mentioning with the draft and everything that the whole support Terrorblade we got to see. I think it was in the Dream League yesterday in the main event that is going on for the minor there. So the possibility, I guess, was there, but LGD, I think it's safe to say it's going to be a core Terrorblade. So with Ame playing it, of course. All right. So anyway, send back coming out from Chen here at the top lane, but it's a try versus try. Trying to get Amisim farm up here. Use that early Metamorphosis farm. Great Ice Shard block initially into a Rocket Barrage. That's going to take away nearly half of his life from the beginning. But overall, Ame will be fine. But yeah, this feels like this is going to be a rough time here for the Radiant side. And again, the idea is they want to use that early Metamorphosis form and get some good pressure, but the defensive trial lane for Vici Gaming going to make life difficult for him. So, by the way, you did see the Shadow Fiend. Looks like he got 11 denies, actually, so he didn't get the full 12. A little bit of a misplay there on the early cogs, but, 11, not too shabby yet. FY top lane, he's fine. You have the double range creep here now, though. So, a bit of a push. Reflection, there's the Metamorphosis. They're going for a kill, going for Terrorblade, or Tusk, excuse me. But he just kind of walks it off, and he's good for the time being. But now with the Metamorphosis, the Dire team will need to be careful. You see Centaur nearby. And Lan M is going to freeze it. Yep. That's why, again, they picked up Crystal Maiden. Gyrocopter, he's being dove. Massive creep wave and everything. Paparazzi's on the run already. FY sneaking in there. Meanwhile, down here, Crystal Maiden. Reflection use, slowing him down a little bit. Trying to get some good auto attacks off. Gets the vision. But no, Lan M makes the juke. And will escape right there. So, yeah, Chen losing that early Centaur. We'll take over another one, though, nearby. So we are seeing the presence of Chen somewhat, but Terrorblade, the Metamorphosis form, has now worn off. And no longer able to rely on it, of course. So This middle matchup, though, not terrible. I'm all over the place here this morning. Apologize. Anyway, Shadow Fiend versus the Kunkka. Right now it's 11 creep kill Shadow Fiend against the Kunkka 7. So definitely Somnus, aka maybe having a better start. Again, with that cog start, not maybe a big surprise, but something tells me as the levels add up, that Tidebringer starts kicking in more and more from Kunkka. It's going to be pretty relevant right here. But in the early game, Somnus is trying to take advantage of what he has and use that raised pressure in what is a true 1 versus 1 in that middle lane. And then you have the bottom lane, Clockwork versus Underlord. Clockwork feels like Chalice playing it here. This is a pretty comfortable matchup for him, one that he's going to like. And anytime Clockwork can get a 1v1 melee versus melee matchup, probably feeling pretty good. So, yeah, he's 16 and 11. Jeez. Having a great time there. Meanwhile, top lane, by the way, Tusk. Is Fenrir actually dead here? No. Not going to be enough damage, I don't believe. And now the Shard block on Vengeful Spirit, actually. They could go for the turn kill. They do have a Frostbite after the fact. Meanwhile, Fenrir goes down, though, to Vengeful Spirit. He's stuck around a little bit too long. F1, the Rocket Punch, not going to be enough damage instead. Pops up very far. Paparazzi's going to go down. They do indeed kill FY just before, actually, but Paparazzi falls in response. Wow, that was some value of that death from Vengeful. That Wave of Terror level 2, sniping out the Tusk and then helping to finish Gyrocopter in the midst of it as well. That was without Chen even really being there either. Oh, very well played by the Radiant side to man up. You see bottom lane. Again, for now, it's just Underlord, actually. Clockwork's doing a bit of roam. He's level 4. He's heading towards the middle. Has that level 2 battery assault. Has an Invisor, and Ori's in trouble. He's probably dead here. Not much he can do. Fenrir, meanwhile, top lane going down. Back to Ori middle lane. Easy kill. Yeah, really simplest of setups for Chalice. Invisor and pretty OP for that hero. Sets up an easy cog into the battery assault. So big kill for LGD once again, and they have a 4-2 hero kill start, actually. On the first blow going the way of Vici Gaming onto Vengeful at the rune spot, but since then, it's been looking good for LGD, and this aggressive tri-lane clearly paying off, actually. You see Paparazzi, he'll be fine there as the Metamorphosis once again wearing off, but aggressive tri-lane with the Chen, definitely the correct decision from LGD. And now you see his Shadow Fiend as well, 28 and 27. He had 11 denies initially from the cog, so he's really, what, 30 now and, what would that be, 17? Quick NA math. That's pretty damn good. That's really good in that middle lane right there for Shadow Fiend. By the way, X-Nova, he gets caught out, blocked by his Hellbear Smasher even a little bit. He's trying to sneak by. Finally, though, Vici Gaming will deal with him enough and take him out here at the top lane. So it's got to feel good if you're Vici. He's been annoying, a nuisance at that top lane, you could say.
Radiant are scanning.
And they actually managed to kill him off now, so well played by them there. We are seeing the wand value. All 3 heroes on the entire side have a full wand. You have Terrorblade with 1, Vengeful with 1. Does Chen have 1 too? No, Chen's the only one at this top lane that does not actually have a wand. Understandable that he doesn't, of course. He's busy in the jungle quite a bit. And this Clockwork and Underlord continue to go out. And now Underlord's actually going for a kill. The Firestorm, though, not going to be enough as Chalice walks out of him. He's hook shots in. He wants this Arcane Rune. What a play by Chalice. That was a really ballsy play, but he wanted to make sure to control the Arcane Rune. He goes back in with 10% life, and he manages to live and pick it up with his bottle, actually. So, bottles it up, pops his Shrine. He now has an Arcane Rune active, as well as 3 bottle charges. Good to go. So, definitely in the long run, it pays off, of course, but bold decision. Bold decision by Chalice there. Going in with so little life. Top lane, Wave of Terror. It's applied. Level 2. So Gyrocopter keeping his distance. They turn their attention to Crystal Maiden. He gets bought in the snowball. They go for the turn kill on FY. Looking good so far. Keeping Lanham alive for the time being. Great 3-man Tor coming out from Ori onto the top of the Tidebringer auto attack. FY pops us very far to stay alive once again for a little bit longer. But down goes Chen, his army also being lost. FY finishes off Crystal Maiden, but at what cost now? Terrorblade did get sent back in the midst of this. But the double kill for Paparazzi to take out Vengeful Spirit. Again, the good send back on Terrorblade, as that was a lost cause of a dive. As soon as Ori rotated up there, on Kunkka. That 3-man tour was huge, but look at this now, though. You have Somnus is level 8. He's almost level 9 against a Kunkka that's 5.5. Wow. This is pure domination middle lane from Shadow Fiend. He's probably beat the AI many of times. Looking this good, man.
Radiant's top tower
This is a
under attack.
dominating start, but to be fair, this is kind of what happens. Vici Gaming insisting on keeping both supports at the top lane this whole time. Literally, it's been a solo Kunkka versus a solo Shadow Fiend, and I thought Kunkka, as the levels added up, maybe he'd be able to kind of recover somewhat, but no, Somnus is absolute domination here in the middle lane. And it's just continuing. Meanwhile, Chalice, he finds a solo kill actually on Underlord. Looks like he just simply runs him down with a level 4 battery assault. Strong tool for doing so.
Gift from the goddess.
And now the rotations are happening with Terrorblade coming to the safe lane. They've used a couple Metamorphosis forms at the top, and they figure now's the time to rotate. Clockwork, he's up top now. Doesn't have hookshot for 40 seconds. So I don't know if they're going to be able to kill this Gyrocopter, but might make a play for it.
Dire's middle
Well,
tower
with
is
a
under attack.
magic missile setup, could have been possible. Chalice, though, he's still running in. Phase Boot's active. Wearing off here, but plenty of fast to catch up to Paparazzi with the battery itself, but they need to be careful not to go too deep right here. Somnus also nearby, trying to land some raises. Paparazzi juking and jiving, finally goes down to the magic missile, but now out comes the Shark, and possible turn potential for the Dire team, but Ori can't really get close to them in the trees, and with just him and Crystal Maiden, they are all going to survive, actually, so the dive is successful. Coming out for the Radiant. Meanwhile, down here, you see Underlord trying to deal with Chen nearby and his army. And then he goes back into the lane and just going to right-click down Terrorblade. That level 3 Atrophy Aura makes it so he can do that. Maybe he can't man up against that. Maybe with the Metamorphosis he can, of course, but doesn't want to use it right now. I was going to say, Tusk Gyrocopter were heading bottom lane. They turn around, but that's because they were looking to get to the smoke coming from the courier. So they pop the smoke, heading towards the bottom lane. Gonna try to gank this Terrorblade. Keep him in check. Right now, second net worth in the game. Chalice is here, though, too. That could stop their efforts. They do connect on Ame. Underlord's caught up in the cogs in the backgrounds. Ame, does he have center? No, he doesn't have it for 48 more seconds, actually. And it is going to be enough damage. It looks like, oh, the Wandies at the last second keeps him alive. And even if he dies right here, he's buying so much time now for a response. Finally, he goes down, but Paparazzi, as expected, he has to chase plenty. He puts down the call down. He is still running, though, the reflection on top of him, or the mirror image, even. And, yep, Paparazzi will get chased down in the end. So, honestly, that wand use allowed them to get the turn kill on a Gyrocopter. Vici Gaming thought they had it at the last second, though. Clever play from Ame. And gets them to chase a little bit longer for the death on Gyro. How about Somnus, by the way? Shadow Fiend. He almost has a full Yule's finish to go with the Ring of Akula, as well as the Power Treads. 4,800 gold saved up. Swamp middle lane. Wow. It's like Kunkka wasn't even there. Absolutely evaporated. Level 3 Wave of Terror, so we're looking at -5 armor from that. We got minus, no, that's not it. We got -3 from the passive right now, so you have -8 armor right there on top of him. Underlord's nearby,
Dire's
but
middle tower
he wouldn't
has
dare
fallen.
open for a deny. He is only at half life. They would blow him up quickly, as we've seen. Oh, they're going to try to catch Shadow Fiend. They know how much of a bounty he'd be worth right now. They might kill Underlord in return. They will, but Somnus goes down. That is a big kill coming out for Vici Gaming. You see 746 gold going the way of Gyrocopter this early on in the game, but Chalice, he's going to kill him right after, though, for a response from LGD. But now Chalice, did he go too deep? The X is going to bring him right back in. Walrus Punch, no torn for 6 more seconds, but the Great Shard block will secure the kill. Swap in from FY. Only going to get himself killed, most likely. Savior's teammate syndrome is real from FY. And yeah, they should be able to just run him down right here. Another shard in 1 second. There we go. Secures it. Jen gets bodied out. Kunkka, the army of Jen. However, Crystal
Dire's
Maiden's
top
there
tower has been
to
denied.
help kill off at least one of them. Whew, top lane, Underlord, he'll deny the tower. But yeah, game 1, guys. We got plenty of action. 12-9 hero kill advantage in favor of the Radiant side. Double damage rune top. Somnus, he's going to pick that up with his new Yules. The recent death means he's still trying to recover with his Necro Mastery currently.
Dire's middle
Well, yeah, as the
tower
levels
is
add
under
up,
attack.
remember, the presence of the Dark Lord, of course, eventually going to be maxed out pretty quickly here. So that's -6 from that. Wave of Terror, we are looking at -6 as well. So -12 armor. That's going to be heavily applied to the opponents
Radiant's
here.
bottom tower
Do they have
is
like a
under
Solar
attack.
Crest? Well, Medallion at least on Chen so far, so even more to work with coming out there. So that's a lot of damage enhancement from the Radiant side. Whoa, they're diving deep. Underlord right here does not have his Dark Grip just yet. No Shrine use either, but out comes the Rum. He is drunk, baby. He's going to stay alive for the time being. Vengeful Spirit will go down, and Underlord not enough, however. The Urn was put on him by FY, and it secures the kill. And now Chalice trying to make some jukes out of here. Has a TP. I don't think he's getting out of this one, though, as there's 4 heroes running him down to take him out, land him credit for the kill. And you see the build by Clockwork, by the way, early on. Hooded Defiance to go with those phase boots. So he's actually trying to go right into an early pipe here, and that is a strong item against this Dire lineup early on in the game, especially with how much push they're doing.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower.
There's the top tower getting taken out meanwhile. There's Chen and his army. Able to drop it. Chen himself only level 6. Now he's level 7. Doesn't have his Test of Faith just yet, but... Hand of God is leveled up, though, and he'll use it, actually, to... Oh, he'll hit the bottom lane. Apparently fighting down here. FY swaps in his teammate to stay alive for the time being. Now the turn. Yule's up on Kunkka. Requiem explosion right on top. Easy setup. Easy kill. They also run down the raise connection on Underlord, and they secure the kill on him, getting that fight late, but... Yeah, I don't know who really caught the other, but clearly LGD feeling good about it. The Hand of God coming out makes me believe that it was Vici Gaming actually initiating there.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Perhaps biting off a little bit more than they can chew. And now
Dire's
Metamorphosis
bottom
form.
tower
This
is
is going to be
under attack.
another tower kill.
Dire's structures are
This is one of those
fortified.
games where you have to remind yourself we're only 15 minutes in. And you see the massive lead that LGD already has of 7,000 net worth. 4 of the top 5 net worth in the game all belong on the Radiant
Radiant's top
side.
tower is under
Oh, off
attack.
to the side, though. Crystal Maiden, he got caught in no man's land. They were TPing in. And didn't expect somebody to be off to the side right there as we're checking that net worth graph, by the way. There's the experience. Win probability. Yeah, pretty good for the Radiant as well. It's been pretty good for them throughout. It just dipped a little bit here, but now it's back up to its highest point, 80-20. I definitely believe that.
Thrice is nice.
Shadow Fiend almost has a full BKB finished. Just needs the recipe. And has 760 gold saved up, so he's going to have a BKB Yules here. At about 17 minutes or so. Terrorblade, he's not too far behind him either. His SNY finished, and now he has his
middle
BKB
tower
queued
is
up.
under attack.
So it's going to be a little bit longer before he has his.
Radiant's
But
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
what is this,
has
Chalice?
fallen.
Uh-oh. Setting up again, has a hook shot as well. There's the cog block. You know, when I mentioned earlier how the Clockwork picked this game, maybe it wasn't necessarily the greatest as far as on paper. Ame, oh, he's going to get caught, actually. He did Sunder, to my point in a second. And they do eventually run him down, so good response for Vici, taking on Terrorblade, slowing him down a little bit, but yeah, it goes back to, again, Clockwork. On paper, wasn't necessarily maybe the greatest Clockwork game. Now, eventually, Final Pick the Shadow Fiend made more sense. Was always going to be good against Gyrocopter for getting a cog trap, but honestly, Chalice has done a hell of a job for controlling the pace of this game as well.
Radiant's bottom tower
As I say
is
that,
under
he
attack.
completely whiffs a hook shot, but you know what? He's still going to be here to set up a kill on Underlord. Most likely, the snowball save initially actually keeps him alive, and will allow Levin to fall back, apply the Pit of Malice. The Hand of God coming out in response as well for the Radiant team, at the fight breaking out. More flat cannon auto attacks with that call down. Chen will barely die after. Somnus is going to be sent back in time. He was almost dead himself and got the Requiem off before being sent back. But still the fight, a victory for Vici Gaming, definitely. 3 for 2. You see about an 800 or
Radiant's
so
bottom tower is under
gold
attack.
change in their favor. Ooh, that send back though. If they kill Shadow Fiend too, that was going to be big because he just got his BKB. He did use it that fight, of course. But managed to get sent back and survive. So positives for the Dire team. Paparazzi. He's also farming very well. Haven't really been looking too much at him this game, but need to start doing so. BKB is almost finished on him too. Just needs that Mithril Hammer, and he's one creep kill away from it. So he's going to have a BKB in the upcoming fight. How's Kunkka doing? Yeah, it's been a bit of a recovery for Ori. He's in the middle of the pack here as far as net worth goes. Him and Underlord, the same case.
Are scanning.
You see Underlord prioritizing 4-staff early on, even with the phase boots as well. But going to be going 4-staff into now a Vanguard, so it looks like Crimson Guard is going to be his item of choice. And this game, you're dealing with a decently farmed Terrorblade, Shadow Fiend even. Just his right click, it feels pretty good. All the minus armor we talked about, but if they keep killing him like that, then this is going to be a pretty late Crimson Guard. Much later than he would like. The block, not really going to connect. As Chalice finds his way around it. We have Vici Gaming right now, essentially really just playing around this gyrocopter. But even with his build, you know, going out of the BKB early on and with the drums and Ring of Aquila, it's not like he's heavily relying on his magic damage right now. His physical threat isn't necessarily that scary at this point. So that kind of goes back to the BKBs, the pipe pickup on Clockwork, which is just about finished now, 100 gold or so away. And how it's just so difficult to kill anyone on LGD's side if you are Vici right now because of where the game is at. So yeah, LGD, especially once the Terrorblade gets this BKB, I would assume they're just going to look to go Cutthroat and possibly try to push tier 3. Maybe the Roshan first, of course. But take advantage of what they have early on in this game.
Incoming! Haste!
Crystal Maiden, you have to see the freezing field really come into action. See Vengeful here. Vengeful's farming. Vengeful's got some decent farm, 5,000 net worth for her. She has her own 4-staff almost finished, actually. To go with the urn pickup. Chen's the one struggling, if anything, but you know what? He's level 10. He's getting the levels. He's doing plenty with his army, of course. A Shadow Fiend hunting somebody at the top lane.
Radiant are
They
scanning.
scan the area, trying to find this. So they saw Underlord up here initially. But Firestorm will give it away. So now he knows 11's here. He's going to go for a Requiem play. A Yules maybe. Pops his PKP for this. He really wants this kill. Here's the Requiem, and there goes Underlord. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, he committed a BKB for that, so it's not the greatest kill in the world, but still, it's a solid kill for Somnus. Speaking of BKB, Terrorblade, 3,000 net worth for him. He's just been farming his own jungle quite a bit. The vision game is a little bit lacking right now. They do got the one ward up here, but that's basically it. The Dire team, not much better. All they got is one at really the Roshan area, and as expected, again, wouldn't be surprised if LGD looks to do Roshan in the near future. The BKB and Terrorblade probably going to be that key once again. Middle lane, Ori. All right. Using that Shadow Blade, just clearing the creep wave.
Invisibility!
Dire are scanning.
Our team's scanning their own jungle. Doesn't look like it's actually going to connect on anyone, unless Clockwork triggers it. Nope. Mask of Madness coming after Gyrocopter. All right. Well, they're already doing so much minus armor. Why not just throw more on yourself? He's like, what is 8 more minus armor going to do? I don't know. That seems like a really risky pick of him. But a lot of it probably comes down to he wanted an item that's just going to really enhance him right now. Because I have a feeling Vici Gaming knows how far behind they are at this point in the game. And the way they smoked up right after, yeah, definitely the case. But the Radiant team reacting already. Falling back, and they're just hugging their tower. They know the Dire side is trying to make a play right here.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Blade is going to send out his illusions. He does have his BKB now, as we see. And into the Roshan pit. Talk about a very, very quick Roshan. He's going to die in feels to be like almost 10 seconds or so. Dire team's running over, but by the time they get here, it's probably going to be too late. Although the shards. Chalice goes with the cogs block, though. That'll stop them from pursuing, if anything. However, they're still doing some good damage. Glock gets forced afterways. Aegis is picked up from Ame. That Vici Gaming wants to commit, though. BKB pop from Paparazzi. So is Ame. Underlord, he's like, we got to get out of here. Pops Dark Rift. The Uber is here. Can they make a 4-staff play? It doesn't look like it. They do kill Kunkka, though. So they get something at least, but yeah, that was a fight that Vici Gaming was not going to win from the beginning. Clockwork, great play from Chalice right there. His positioning, the whole cog block on the ramp. It's absolutely a big deal in that fight, and securing the Roshan, so Terra Play Metamorphosis still active. Nice magic missile connects on 11. Clockwork goes in with a hook shot. They kill Tusk. Paparazzi keeping his distance. No BKB currently for 30 seconds. So yeah, he's just staying really far back, using that flat cannon the best he can. But cannot save that tier 2 tower. Apparently there's some rumor that Vici Gaming has already qualified. That is not the case. They're literally playing these qualifiers because they're trying to qualify. So don't believe everything you see on the internet, guys. Anyways, Underlord, he's fine. But again, all outer tower is now destroyed. LGD with that Aegis. Of course, Metamorphosis is down for 70 seconds, so again, prediction. Probably going to wait for that to be back up and then actually look to push tier 3 towers. It seems pretty obvious what LGD is doing, but they're doing it because they know it's going to work. With their lineup, I mean, Butterfly's already coming for Shadow Fiend. He has an Eagle Song purchased. So he's got the most expensive component taken care of already. And he's wrapping around Somnus. Level 21, by the way. He's looking for a kill. Cogs will block out Jarl for now. Jarl trying to find a way to chase, but I don't know if you really want to be chasing this. The send back, but he's going to be brought back by the X. The send back going to import back, but Shadow Fiend's like, all right, let's go, baby. The Requiem, no, he's going to cancel due to the snowball. He pops it after the fact. The BKB on Paparazzi keeps it alive a little bit longer, but we just know how much physical damage this Radiant team is doing. It's showing off yet again. Triple kill for Somnus. Here, can they catch Land M? Doesn't look like it, but now they figure that's the cue to go in. It's still 10 more seconds on Metamorphosis, but it's close enough. With 3 heroes dead, why the hell not? Gyrocopter has a buyback, but he's dead for 40 seconds. So, I mean, he pretty much, even if he buys back here, you know, what are they going to do kind of deal. So maybe give out 1 Rax. But if they go for a second one, he probably has to, or else this game is just over anyways. See Kunkka doing what he can. LGD, not sure exactly where to go. They decide to go bottom. They have the army here of Chen. I mean, you gotta buy back, right? It's like buy back or you might as well GG.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
All right. Well, I guess it's the third option. Just give up both of the racks and then stay in the game. But it feels like it's going to be a lost cause now. You're down 23,000 net worth against. And it's not like this is one of those cheesy early draft push lineups that you can respond against. And they don't really have a rat-style team. Not to just completely take away hope from Vici Gaming, but I'm going to go ahead and predict, before I pull it up right here, that the win probability is 95% or so for LGD. I was wrong. It's 97% for LGD, so I know that's not necessarily everything, but you know what? With what we had last night with Complexity versus VGJ Storm, apparently he had the biggest comeback net worth-wise ever. In case you guys missed it, spoiler alert there. VGJ Storm beating Complexity in one of the qualifiers happening. That's 40,000 plus net worth down, and they ended up winning it. So maybe I shouldn't be calling it just yet for LGD. But losing this game would be a very difficult task. I mean, they literally have only lost one tower as well.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
A gift from the goddess.
Where's my pension?
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
So they're just going to take out both shrines. Yeah, Shadow Fiend's level 22. Look at the levels of this game. Really, there's several storylines to this game why LGD is having so much success, no doubt, but probably the biggest one is their Shadow Fiend. Like, they set him up obviously great with the Clockwork, but he had that 1v1 matchup that he just absolutely dominated. The CS he had early on, Somnus was the CS machine. And then transitioned nicely into getting hero kills across the board. So Terrible is actually in trouble. Oh, the Aegis just got reclaimed. He heals on a regen. And now he's going back in, pops a BKB. No meta just yet. There we go. Pops his Metamorphosis. He is a god among men right now with that look. Fortification coming out. Last stand here for Vici Gaming. Ame still has a Sunder, though. Worst case with that Aya Scotty now, by the way, that he picked up recently. Many needs right here. The swap comes out at the last second. Keeps him alive. He made a swap his teammate's life, actually. Now he's just going to stay back for now. So Vici Gaming, this time they do hold as all 5 heroes up. They got decent counter push when they're all 5 up like that. With this Metamorphosis form, despite not having an Aegis, I feel like they could perhaps truly finish the job here. Chalice baiting them out. See the Urine Heal on Ame.
Do it with flair.
No, Spirit Vessel actually goes back in. No more Metamorphosis now. Somnus will fall back with the team. Does have his Butterfly finished. Looking at this fight, by the way, and a Satanic is just around the corner now for him. So, all right, Vici Gaming, they do hold at the base. So again, delaying at least as much as they can, hoping, just hoping that they find some kind of opening, some kind of overextension, and hoping they can get a Divine Rapier on Paparazzi playing the Gyrocopter, of course. Eleven still doesn't have that Crimson Guard, by the way. Took him forever to get the Vanguard. He's now actually working on Head of Defiance, so. Not even going for the Crimson Guard ASAP. 30 more seconds before the Metamorphosis. Actually has an Illusion Room bottled up. Pops Reflection. Down the tower, just passes BKB, it's a screw. Let's just go for it now.
Dire's top
Vici
tower
Gaming.
has fallen.
Looking for their angle. They did not have fortification, of course.
Welcome back.
Clockwork, taking the initial stone, the homing missile, but walking off. He's plenty tanky.
Flair's here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Slow and steady wins the race. That's the mentality the LGD is going for right now. And here we go, full throttle. Got Hand of God to save everyone for the time being. Fenrir, he went too deep. Or maybe not. He has a blank. Nope, never mind. So I'm just like, gotcha. No Requiem needed for him. Beats him down with a couple of raises and some auto attacks. BKB popped by Paparazzi as he just simply runs away with it. So Metamorphosis, of course, back up, ready to go for Terrorblade. Although, again, not overextending. He does have a Sunder. Normally, if this was like, this is No-Tail or something, he would have sundered Chen by now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What? No. Ame, different mentality. It is also only level 2 Sunder, so maybe if it was level 3, he'd be more willing to use it, you know, only the 40-second cooldown. But no, again, it's going to stay back, so Vici Gaming, it's like they know if they lose these racks, the game is basically over. By the way, the tier 4 towers, the bottom one's gone, the top one's just about dead as well, so. But you're telling me there's a chance. There is. It's 99 to 1 now. Divine Rapier almost finished on Gyrocopter. So that's the last hope, absolutely.
Boom! There it goes.
Satanic now finished on Shadow Fiend. I know this hero is just known for rapid farming and everything, but this has to be one of the better performances on a Shadow Fiend farm-wise that we've seen in a while. Paparazzi, he's dead. So much for that Divine Rapier coming. He runs into a double damage Terrorblade and dies shortly after, even despite the BKP. So, I mean, he's going to have to buy back here, obviously. No Divine Rapier now. Coming back in. Last stand absolutely here for Vici Gaming, but it's not surprisingly going to be a lost cause. There's the Mega Creeps. The send back on Clockwork keeps him alive. Oh, send back. That's just one of many reasons why this hero's initially banned in so many games right now. GG, well played. I gotta say, this is not the same LGD we saw in the group stages. I gotta be frank about that. I mean, casted all of Group A over there. Gotta see them a couple of times. You know, they even dropped a game to one of the open qualifier teams initially. They ended up losing to VGJ Thunder 2-1 in the winners finals, but things looked a little shaky for them at times. But man, if they're playing like that. And this is a team that is no doubt on a mission and ready to qualify for that major. And as I said going into this, they're sitting in that, what was it, the 12th spot right now in the overall standings for the Dota 2 Pro Circuit points. So, yeah, they're sitting in that 12th spot. Again, the top 8 automatically invite to TI8, and they get to this major. They happen to have a great run, finish top 4. All of a sudden, they're in that top 8. So this is a big deal for them, especially, amongst others, and right now they're up 1-0 against Vici Game, and obviously still a long road ahead of them. Not to get ahead of myself here, but they looked good. They looked good, and that's scary for Vici Gaming as far as what they're going up against. But again, it goes back to the draft. I was liking VG and what they brought to the table, but hell of a laning phase throughout the aggressive trial lane, but the dominating middle lane I still go back to and just so impressed by when it came to Somnus and what he was able to do this game. In fact, yeah, you just look at the increase constantly with Shadow Fiend, and he was just so far ahead of anyone else in this game for basically all throughout it. So very well played, especially by him. But, you know, look at the player level. Jeez. Anyways, team effort, though. LGD takes it 1-0 now. Again, I'm Breaky CPK. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully you're enjoying. We got game number 2 coming up next year for the Epicenter XL. China Qualifiers. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We have some breaking news. The police has finally managed to capture a dangerous fugitive.
Napalm, son! Nothing else in the world smells like that!
Anticyclone has brought major in Russia, causing a lot of sun and high temperature. We advise you to stay hydrated, stock up on popcorn, and visit highly iced areas like VTB Ice Palace. The Epicenter XL lads have announced the details about the last event slot. Here's a quick and simple summary we have created to figure it out. Let's take a look at the report. This qualification has no limits. Any team can participate from any region, even from the moon. All games European server. All games best of 1.
Even the final?
All of them. The winner gets the final slot.
This is madness!
No, this is Epicenter!
team ban.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we are, game number 2, Epicenter XL China Region Qualifiers. This is our first round of our playoff stage.
10
It is a
seconds
double elimination
remaining.
event here at this portion as well, so worst case, you bump down to the
Dire
losers
team
bracket.
pick.
Right now, LGD's up 1-0 over Vici Gaming here in this
LGD's
best
turn
of
to pick.
3. I am
speak for
Breaky
the
CPK, your
trees.
caster. And we got our first pick in the books here for Vici Gaming. Nature's Prophet has proven to be very popular in these qualifiers specifically, I've noticed. We've seen it kind of, picked up here and there in bits and pieces throughout a couple of the majors and minors recently.
seconds
But
remaining.
it wasn't until this event that I just saw it spam picked, especially the
5
first day
seconds remaining.
from Group A action, I want to say. And the interesting thing I found was that we were seeing it in the
LGD's
support role
turn to pick.
in pretty much all of
don't
those
die.
games. So I don't know if that's going to be the case here for Vici Gaming, but obviously the hero has capabilities of being either an offlaner, potentially position 4, maybe even position 1 we've seen glimpses of here and there. So very, very diverse hero as far as
10
where he ends
seconds
up,
remaining.
but a strong one at that. I also noticed Vici Gaming, they banned Shen. Now,
5
again, it kind of goes back to the
seconds
first game. I do think, and people were talking about this in chat, and I agree, is that the draft of Vici Gaming, one of the flaws perhaps was that they went overboard on the countering the Chen. And the biggest part of that was they second picked the Crystal Maiden. I mean, that's literally the only reason they picked that hero. There's a reason why Crystal
Dire
Maiden is just
team
not
pick.
really seen on the scene right now
Dusk.
as a support. Not to say that's why they lost the game, but they went Crystal Maiden. They went with a third pick, Underlord. Again, I feel like that was in reaction, once again, to the Chen. So they were so focused on giving up Chen and being like, all right, well, we're going to counter it, so we'll be
10
fine,
seconds
that
remaining.
maybe they went overboard, is fair to say. And I think specifically with the Crystal Maiden
5 seconds
is where
remaining.
where it went wrong. So they do ban it this time around. Don't even have to deal with it. But, yeah, they gave it a shot there, at least. But so far for LGD, we got a Witch Doctor
Time to
Tusk response. Witch Doctor especially, pretty good against Nature's Prophet in those trees of his. And Tusk just in general, great position 4. And so is Earth Spirit, as Vici Gaming will pick up the ES for themselves. So we'll see
10
how they
seconds
manage
remaining.
running the Earth Spirit this time around. Fenrir more than likely, of
5
course, the
seconds
one
remaining.
that's likely to play it for Vici Gaming. Maybe LANM, actually. You know, actually, LANM played the Crystal Maiden last game, so... But LANM is usually their position 4 player, now I think about it, so... Maybe that was a comfort thing in the previous game.
Dire
But-
team ban. LGD's turn to ban.
Bans to follow. We got a Death Prophet. It was a Viper ban on the other side, so far mid-heroes are the bans of choice for either side. We'll see if that trend continues or not.
10
Terrorblade
seconds
clearly was an
remaining.
issue last game, so I wonder if we'll see Vici Gaming maybe ban the
5
Terrorblade here.
seconds remaining.
As LGD does have the first pick coming out. LGD's starting to think about their ban now. So far, this drafting here between the first game and now this game
Dire team
has been a bit
ban.
more fast-paced than some of these previous games. That's another trend I've kind of noticed over these last couple of days with the China teams is they've been spending a lot of time initially even. And whether that's just mind games amongst one another as far as them playing against each other, they just know each other so well that they're trying to
10
think totally
seconds
next level.
remaining.
or if it's just they're going AFK and reading a text on their phone. I don't know for
5
sure,
seconds
but
remaining.
it seems like we were always dipping below like the minute mark by the time we got to the next tier of bans. So a better pace here for both teams. The issue with that was that by the time you got to the final couple of picks, all of a sudden you're down to like 10 seconds of extra time, and you feel pretty rushed as far as reacting. So definitely a little bit of an issue to do that, but yeah, these teams right now, plenty of reserve time left as we continue on with the draft.
10
Razor
seconds
into
remaining.
a gyrocopter is how the bans will finish.
5 seconds remaining.
So all-out core hero bans, understandable considering the heroes that we have picked up so far. And again, Nature's Prophet, we've been seeing him played as the support Nature's Prophet so much that really wouldn't be surprised to see him as a support here as well for Vici Gaming. But LGD, thinking of what are the cores they like. Brewmaster still on the board, for example. If they want to maybe get an offlane hero right now, Terrorblade is there. But third picking a Terrorblade when you still have 3 picks to go on the other side and potentially all the cores could be a little bit dangerous. So we may not see him because of that. Batrider was, never mind, he's banned. Didn't see him initially. Thought that was going to be a candidate, but nope. Not easy to pick up a hero that's banned. In fact, it's ideally impossible. If that ever happened, I'm sure we'd have a remake or something. So as I say, the team's not really using the most reserve time. LGD goes and starts using plenty of reserve time here now for that third pick, and it's an important one. This is that swing pick, you could say, so understandable they want to, but like I said before too, this means now their last couple of picks and ultimately their final pick, which they do have, they will have limited time now. So okay, they do go Terrorblade after it's all said and done. So there's a couple of heroes that come to mind now in response to the Terrorblade, and one of those is the Tinker. You always have to think about the Tinker when you pick up a Terrorblade and wondering what the other side's going to do.
Remaining.
Now, third picking a Tinker may be a little bit of a stretch.
5 seconds remaining.
But, again, a hero that is definitely of potential to be picked up here from Vici Gaming. The Ori Tinker sounds like a pretty good combination of a hero player there. So, but they know. We're going to start thinking about their own, of course, as far as what they want to pick up. What are the cores potentially half decent? More magic-based, something like, not only Tinker for that matter, but, things like the Queen of Pain. Puck is pretty good. Puck is still available, in fact, so maybe a hero that Vici Gaming could be thinking about as well. Of the more popular ones. There is another series going on right now, the other first-round matchup of what is VGJ Thunder versus Rock Young. And, of course, that's one where you'd assume VGJ Thunder should be in a pretty good spot there, but
LGD's turn to
don't
pick.
have updates just yet. Underlord coming out for Vici so far. Similar to last game. Now, he's not the Chen counter this game, but again, in general, decent against a hero like Terrorblade. And we saw the counter push as well. I mean,
10 seconds
yes, they lost their
remaining.
initial 2 racks because of a team fight that happened outside of the base, but that
5
third racks did
seconds
take
remaining.
a while. And a lot of that was the Underlord, to be fair. The Pit of Malice, the Firestorm spam. It is really annoying to fight into that, and even his Atrophy Aura on top of it all. So, Underlord, definitely a solid choice here for Vici. So now back to LGD, but again, that reserve time, it's already down to 13 seconds. Again, goes back to that issue, so they're going to have to choose quickly here. Probably their own off lane. Brewmaster still there.
Dire team pick.
Interesting. They're going to go OD for now as their safe lane, or excuse me, their mid lane pickup. So the Somnus OD is what they decide on. If Vici
10
doesn't pick the
seconds
now,
remaining.
Tinker against OD, I'm not going to pretend like I'm an expert,
5
but
seconds remaining.
as far as mid matchups especially, but I would think Tinker's okay against OD. The laser, if anything, potentially is pretty good in general, not only against Terrorblade, but even OD himself and the miss chance and
LGD's
everything.
turn
So
to bat.
Ooh, they go Morphling, though, and that's another hero that is pretty good, considered pretty good against a Terrorblade, actually, so especially with that morph ability itself and being able to metamorphosis, so it's good fourth pick for Vici Gaming. And I feel like we are seeing a little bit more Morphling as teams get and players get more comfortable playing him with the changes and as well as kind of reactions to the Terrorblade, so another one should have thought about, but they banned Kunkka. Interesting. LGD banning the Kunkka final. We saw Ori play the Kunkka last game, but he got wrecked, frankly. So picking up Kunkka this game feels like it would have been a little odd. And it doesn't feel like he would be the greatest either into the OD matchup as well. So not really sure. That the ban feels a little odd to me.
5 seconds remaining.
Tinker may be a little bit too greedy now, though. As good as he is in this matchup, going a Tinker and a Morphling might be a bit over the top, so may have to settle for something else. More of a mid hero that's going to come online sooner than later. Maybe something like that. Queen of Pain. Still go with the Puck. Is a potential.
Dire team pick.
Oh wow, Omni Knight was still there.
LGD's turn to pick.
That's a good ban. Well, they go Pugna, so he's that idea. Not as mobile, but definitely brings plenty of magic damage. And there's the Nyx Assassin, though. It's definitely a bit of a response. Also across the board, it feels pretty strong in this game, so is Mana Burn going to be useful? But the Chalice Nyx Assassin is going to be the final pick, so definitely another interesting finish to the draft here. But Paparazzi playing Morphling, that's mix of a comfort hero for him as well. You know, when those Morphling changes first happened, many patches ago now, it feels like, with the rework of the hero, essentially, I feel like Paparazzi was one of the first players that we saw playing it at some LAN event even. You know, because I'm remembering it, it might have actually been at the Perfect World Masters, the one minor that I've got the chance to go to and cast, and it just, I remember it being very dominating in that case. Now, the hero has been tweaked a little bit since then too, you know, most notably you cannot shift, you cannot morph even while stunned, so does take down the hero a little bit, but still, he's comfortable with the hero, I think is the biggest thing, and you know, with those changes, that of course is important.
Prepare
you even
for
see
battle.
he's leveled up on it on Dota Plus right there. All right, excited for this one, though. Here we are, game number 2, LGD versus Vici Gaming. Of course, the 1-0 lead for LGD. Going into game number 2, once again, going to try to ride on the wave of Ame Terrorblade. This time around, though, unlike last game, we are going to see Terrorblade go to the safe lane. Not as confident that the aggressive trial lane can work. Definitely Chen having a lot to do with that, so understandable there. Vici Gaming, similar to last game though too, they're going to send a 4-man smoke gang. The only one not with them is that Nature's Prophet. Spawning tree and smacking the base. And sending them out. You do see very early ward from LGD. God, they got it down very quickly. But the ward placed by Vici, now they did it with the smoke, so no reason why LGD should have information on that. But it means they're probably not going to get a first blood now. Just simply using it for the vision. Knowing how important that middle lane is going to be when it comes to the vision especially. So, yeah, Pugna matched up against OD though.
The battle begins.
It's going to be fun.
What have we here?
Decrepify is going to be pretty strong in this game against the Terrorblade and even OD. Oh, there's his Prophet. He's going to be ran at quite a bit right here, but all of a sudden Morphling shows up, and now LGD has to fall back. Chalice got a couple of creeps with him, taking some army. But again, seeing the support Nature's Prophet. This is something we've been seeing quite a bit here in these Chinese qualifiers. But Lan Ev, he's in a bad spot. He's dead. One more auto attack. Yeah, Chalice picks up the first blood. LAN-M just got completely caught out of position. And obviously doesn't really have much survivability, especially at level 1. And then goes back to, as well, the core of Morphling. He's not going to do much for you either, so... LGD taking advantage of what the lane is up here and doing the aggressive dual lane. And safe to say so far working out very well with that first blood. Underlord, he's running away with the Maledict on him. Getting him fairly low. Does have a salve. We'll be able to get out of range and pop it here. X-Nova trying to stay close enough maybe to take it off, but he's still chasing actually. I guess why not? Get another Maledict up and more auto attacks, but nope. 11 will finally be able to pop the salve as he makes it all the way past the tier 1 tower. Wards both on either side do remain here in the middle lane, so yeah, neither one getting information on the other just yet. Middle matchup though, Ori's 8-3. You have Somnus at 7-0. So slight advantage for the Pugna. Meanwhile, Chalice top lane getting somewhat blocked here by Nature's Prophet. We have seen a lot of these support Nature's Prophet even pick up an Orb of Venom early on for harassment, but LAN-M instead going triple Iron Branch into a Mango.
Denied.
Double damage on Fenrir. He's searching for some kind of action, but he finds Witch Doctor and he has to back away once again. So, bottom lane does feel like Terrablade's having a great time. That's the case there, 9-4 now. OD is overtaking the middle lane now a little bit, 13-0 compared to that 10-5 Pugna. And you do see OD's zoning Ori quite a bit now. Those Arcane Orb auto attacks getting him low. Pugna doesn't have regen on him currently. Uh-oh. Where's the Courier? Oh, Courier's currently going to the top lane. So Pugna, he's going to have to run back to base. Yeah, and I don't know if that's miscommunication or what, but the fact that... oh, and actually FY's going in. Oh my gosh. This is quite the tie from FY. All of a sudden Nature's Prophet and Earth Spirit show up. The barrel roll is going to completely whiff. And that may be enough for FY to escape, it looks like it. So the fact that not only, I mean, he doesn't get the kill, but the fist bump spam, nice. He actually gets away in the end. That's a pretty big deal. Got rotations from the support, so yeah, Ori though, the fact that he even had to go all the way back to base, again, lacking the regen. Picking up some tangos once again, but a lot of free time for the OD to really get further ahead now. Bottom lane, Nova is going to be rolled on. Ame's here. Metamorphosis is currently on cooldown. However, just his presence alone is enough, and you just see Witch Doctor picking up the restoration at level 3.
Regeneration.
I feel like that's kind of a player preference thing from Witch Doctor to Witch Doctor. Some will see get their level 2 Maledict as soon as possible. Others will see the 1 point value in Buddha Restoration. Middle lane here, TP coming in. That's Tusk. Pugna, he's in trouble. All of a sudden realizes that Ice Shard block. You do have Fenrir nearby. He rolls way past him, though, on the other side. Ori, Decrepify will save for the time being, though. LAN-M now TP's in. And now it's FY, the one that's in trouble. Somnus does not have his save. One more auto attack. He can't get it off, though. Ori down about 15 life. Manages to stay alive for the time being. Earth Spirit's going to roll out. He'll be fine. Ori dies to neutral creeps. On purpose, I'm guessing. Just to get back as soon as possible, because that was the case. Yeah, that's going to be a long run. He might get himself killed in the process. Definitely worthwhile getting killed by the neutral creeps, but the fact he has to die to neutral creeps in the first place is a minor victory, of course, in itself for Vici Gaming. Excuse me, for LGD. Not so much for Vici. But OD, his start continuing to look very good. Can't forget about Morphling, though. Speaking of a very good start, Paparazzi. Power treads on the way after the Ring of Acula. Yep, oh, missing middle lane meanwhile. Ori goes down, actually. FY coming once again. Somnus, Sanity's Eclipse. will take out Earth Spirit. And Lan M can only do so much, and that so much is just simply right-click the OD and hope for the best. He doesn't even have Astral Imprisonment, but not even necessary here, apparently, to get a couple of kills. So Ori, the struggle continues for Pugna, man. Not only has he had to go back to base a couple times, down to neutral creeps even on purpose, now he's died 2 OD. Bottom lane, by the way, 11. Doesn't have Maledict on him, so he should be fine. That's Metamorphosis activated from Ame.
Ordered.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Pugna once again back here in the middle. Lan M is hanging around the area quite a bit. Nature's Prophet trying to really find his place. See top lane, by the way. Nyx Assassin, he's being bodied quite a bit. Is going to hit level 4 here, but Paparazzi has a pretty nice level advantage over him. Bottom lane, Maledict's up. The Ice Shard blocks somewhat. 11. He's dead. Going to put down the Firestorm in the Pit of Malice. In response, trying to maybe buy some time for a turn kill, but no, Fenrir is just going to run. He's only level 2 himself, so the levels not looking too good for Vici Gaming either. I mean, the cores are okay, but the supporting cast especially. Look at that, 3, 3, and 2 compared to all level 4s. As I say this, FY's rolling in. Doesn't have a TP, though. I think he's in trouble finally. We've seen him get away several times. Not this time, though. That was personal right there for Vici Gaming.
Now you're mine.
They're pissed off with him. Bottom lane. Support's coming in for Vici. And well, support and Ori. Pugna's rotating early. Has a life drain now too. Gonna find Witch Doctor. Life drain's up. He gets stopped immediately. The TP up for Witch Doctor is going to be successful. Great response coming out from X-Nova. Even with Lan M porting in, that's a 4-man rotation. And they can't even kill the main support. And now we see a smoke play towards the top lane coming out from LGD in response. If they kill Morphling here, this is going to be really frustrating for Vici Gaming for the start. Because Paparazzi, he's the saving grace right now. He's having a hell of a start. But he's in trouble, and he doesn't even know it yet. OD, Sanity's Eclipse ready. Now he's not showing middle, so Paparazzi might have that information at least. He's like, wait a second. OD, no mid lane. There's the opening, though. Can he do anything about it? He does have that strength shift. He's tanked up. He's good. So yeah, the smoke play does not connect for LGD.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Underlord at least able to finish his arcane. Wait, oh, never mind. Changing his mind, I guess. He's going face boots instead. Nyx Assassin, level 4.5, so Vendetta's not the biggest threat just yet. See the net worth. Paparazzi morphs into OD. Gonna use those Orb auto attacks to help with some last hitting. Meanwhile, as an Astral Imprisonment, meaning to use it here. He tried to use it, it looks like. He gets it off, setting the Eclipse hit, though. He's out of mana. Only 420 life. Comes out. It's good to go. So crafty play there. Pugna, Earth Spirit rotating. Witch Doctor, he's going to expose them, though. Paparazzi still wants to go back in. Nature's Prophet TP. They catch Somnus. Do they have the follow-up damage? He's going to go for the TP yet. Do they have a stopper? Boulder Smash? No. It was on cooldown. Already used it, so easy TP for OD. Look at that. He actually goes to the middle lane.
Got it.
He didn't even TP back to base. What a baller. He's like, guys,
Dire's
4-man
middle
rotation
tower
on
is
me
under
top. I'm
attack.
going to go far mid. In the midst of being ganked. The efficiency is real.
Haste.
Pugna does have his arcane boots. Looks like he might have just finished his 8th lens as well. Can split up the boots, of course.
Scanning.
Terrorblade again off to a fantastic start. 1,400 gold saved up. But Yasha easily in the works. He went the SNY last game. Probably expect to see that this time around as well. Next Assassin. All right, he's almost level 6 now. So, yeah, Chalice had a little bit of difficulty getting levels. Middle lane, meanwhile, Boulder Smash on 2 different heroes. Can they get a kill on either one? The Pit of Malice catching a little bit longer. The Life Drain, though, he gets out of range. OD turning around. No Sanity's Eclipse, though. So no turn kills, but the fact that they couldn't kill either one of them. Another case for Vici Gaming where it's just these close calls just not working out. But it continues to go back to Paparazzi, especially having a hell of a game in there at the top lane. And he's well on the way to a Lincoln's at this point. Bottom lane, smoke play. Once again, Vici Gaming gonna try. And Metamorphosis form is active currently. They find the Tusk, actually, and blow him up with another blast.
We're finally getting
Make a kill happen. Pugna, he's continuing to be very active here in the early game. As you would almost expect, the 8th lens. Given the range to Crepify another blast. Terrorblade's at half life. He does have a Sunner, remember. Got to be weary of that, and maybe 11. No, he Sunners his team. No, that was actually Lan M down here. That was a teammate for a second. With the positioning, Lan M had TP'd in, though. Hoping to make a play, but gives him a Sunner target. And now turn potential for LGD. Going to catch 11. Maledict, level 2 coming out. Nyx Assassin cannot hit the Impale, though. He doesn't even cast it in the end. He figures it was going to be a lost cause. And so Unlord will end up surviving. So nobody dying after it all. And there was a bit of a rotation there from really both sides, but OD, he goes back to the top lane. And a 4-staff for him is looking very nice right now. But you see Morphling took over OD once again, and with that Arcane Orb, he's able to efficiently farm.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So it's not worth it. It was just over 2,000 for a bit right there, but it's gone back down to basically even right now. Also got to say, Pugna's really picked it up too. The movement has definitely paid off for him. As Nyx Assassin went back and forth here in the middle lane. But yeah, after a pretty bad start in the middle matchup, the movement has definitely paid off. Speaking of that, Chalice with the Vendetta is going to activate it right here and head towards the top lane. He hasn't had the most impact just yet himself. Looking to change that on a Morphling perhaps, but easier said than done. He's currently in heavy agility. However, they got a sentry, so they see this. Yeah, he pinks it out. Knows the Nyx, and now Nyx knows that they know. All of a sudden, the creeper is running after him. Wait a second, something's up. And actually, Somnus, he's hanging around here a little bit too long. Nether Blast on double Life Drain. They burst him down the waveform forward. Somnus alive for the time being, though. He puts Under onto Morphling, actually, instead of himself, and allows him to keep running a course. To Crepify coming out. Nether Blast is avoided, though, by the Snowball. They're going back here for a kill now. Somnus, he has to fight because of this. He avoids another waveform, actually, but the Boulder Smash connects and allows Morphin to finish him off. No. Once again, the Astral Prism saves it. Nova, can he save his teammate? Comes out with the Sanity of the Eclipse, going for the kill on a Morphling. It's now going for the Strength Shift. He gets another kill. Double kill for Somnus. Finally falls when it's all said and done, but he did plenty of damage. And Tusk, he's going for Paparazzi. Does not connect. Maledict, though, is going to do some work right here. The cask bounce back. The Death Ward, and they finally kill Paparazzi for the first time this game. The Somnus, he may have died in the end, but he helps to set up the eventual kill on Morphling. Lan M, he'll be fine. Not going to dive too far there. So now Terrorblade has a chance to really catch up and even surpass Morphling at this point. SNY just about finishing full for Ame.
Double damage.
OD, 4-staff taken care of, and he likes the idea of going an Orchid next, actually. Oh, bottom lane, they kill Terrorblade, that's big.
Don't take it personally.
The Life Drain comboed with the Earth Spirit. Went away for a split second, didn't realize that we're going to be jumping him right there. So much for catching up. Now with him dead, Morphling's back up and heading right towards the bottom lane. push the tower now. Nature's Prophet goes down middle lane, meanwhile. He was just there trying to defend the best that he could, which is not much. So it's going to be a trade of towers. Bottom tower goes down, middle tier 1 will also fall.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I'll take that.
Pugna, they know Nyx
Dire's
Assassin
middle
again, they have
tower
the sentry
is under
down, but
attack.
Nyx is going to get the opening still, and Ori will fall. The urn comes out. However, Nyx Assassin now, being gone on Morphling, took him over initially, uses the impel against him, and he'll burst him down with that adaptive strike, but now more response. This one from LGD, Fenrir. He's going to get Walrus Punch, set up a couple of Arcane Ores, great hero block as well to give it to OD. So the trades are real, 2 for 1 coming out for LGD. Now they're going for Underlord top lane. Somnus TP's in. Ami slowing him down with Reflection. That Dark Rift, it's so long right now. He might be in time though because of the Pit of Malice. And indeed it will. Good getaway from 11 there.
Time for a tag team.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Top lane. Underlord porting in with the Earth Spirit. But both cores falling back. Terrorblade and OD. Terrorblade again, SMY finish. Now the BKB. So basically the same build he went last game. And no reason why it wouldn't be different here. As far as its impact, BKB yet again going to be strong against the Star side. OD. That Orchid's coming along nicely. Down to 2,000 gold saved up. Ooh, Paparazzi. They see he's here.
Under attack.
But he sees them too, so. But they're going to collapse on him with the Nyx Assassin. Oh no. Paparazzi. Oh, he gets the waveform away, and yeah, he has a Lincoln, so understandable why that opening was a bit slow.
Dire's bottom tower
Would have been big, but
Dire's structures
not going to
are
connect. Top
fortified.
lane, meanwhile. This is pretty deep from Vici Gaming right now. Of course, they got Nether Blast to take out the tower.
Radiant
Nice
structures
fortification.
are Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
But it definitely feels like LGD could defend here. That Nether Ward's doing a little bit of work. Zapping nearby. Fly catches, but
The seeds of fortune.
don't think he's going to catch up to them and actually going to go too far because of the snowball. They turn him, and they easily take out Tusk. Good bait play there. Terrorblade double damage rune meanwhile active. Continues to overall be a very close game. Win probability wise, it's wow, this game has really liked LGD's lineup from the beginning. Jeez. It gave them a pretty significant advantage from the very beginning actually, of their draft.
Dire's top
Must be
tower
terribly,
is under
man.
attack.
Middle lane Witch Doctor, the Aetherland's life drain, not enough though.
Dire's
And now
top tower
turn
has
potential.
fallen.
Here comes Nova. Once again, the cask bouncing back and forth. He could not get the Maledict top initially. He gets turned, actually. He finally gets it off, only on an Earth Spirit, though, so Pugna alive for now. The Shard's going to miss. Entity's Eclipse will take out Earth Spirit. Nyx Assassin again. He can't get the kill. Pugna, great escape from Ori right there. The force stab at the last second to keep himself alive. Now
Radiant's
looking for
middle
more out of
tower
this.
is
Chalice.
under attack.
Oh, that was actually... Yeah, Chalice getting away. Paparazzi stole the Nyx Assassin again with a morph. And almost landed the impale, but just out of range itself. So now OD. Nope, Force Staff continuing to be very strong in this game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Waters rise.
Terrorblade quietly farming bottom lane in the jungle during all this action that's continuing to happen. 20 hero kills in 20 minutes. But again, the BKB being worked on. OD manages to finish a Orchid meanwhile.
I'll dig that.
By the way, I've talked about it before. Spirit Vessel, very good against Morphling. And hell, against Pugna, too. By the way,
Radiant's
initiation from
middle tower
Chalice.
has been denied.
I just realized I said by the way 2 times in a row. And there's a third. By the way. Anyways, Chalice Not Chalice, FY. FY is the one with the urn. He's going to go for the Blink Dagger next, but honestly, Spear Vessel after that seems pretty
Dire's
key
bottom
right here.
tower
Morphling,
is under
Pugna,
attack.
both cores on the other side. It's actually really good again, so. Something that we'll see if he gets sooner than later. Paparazzi, his shotgun build's coming. Ghost Scepter's finished, just needs the Eagle Song. Not the easiest just. Lan M, he's in trouble. Chalice, 3 seconds on the Impale. Gonna pop the wand for now. Impale's not easy to land. And Atlanta making it difficult. The Death Ward, though, trying to secure it. It will, but they went pretty far for this. Maledict up. Honori has to respect that at least. Bit of Malice trapping out X Nova, so gonna kill him perhaps. The
Dire's
imprisonment.
middle tower is under attack.
He's gonna last long enough. The Boulder Smash goes through. Well played by Fenrir to finish the job. Now bottom lane, they're trying to catch Paparazzi. He actually doesn't have a TP for 20 seconds. Will they
Radiant's
scan?
bottom tower
They do have a
is under
scan.
attack.
Oh, they scanned a little bit too
Radiant
far.
are
OD,
scanning.
he's going to find him. He found him. Can they make a play with this
Dire's
now?
top
Ghost
tower
Scepter on
is under
himself.
attack.
And OD,
Radiant's bottom
okay, that's
tower
why.
is
Underlord
under
ports in,
attack.
excuse me, with the team. So let's say the Radiant team, they stopped running after him, but for good reason. Now, meanwhile,
Dire's
Terrorblade's
top
like, all right, I'll
tower
take your
is
tier
under
2
attack.
top.
Dire's structures
Pops his
are
Metamorphosis for
fortified.
this. Does have his BKB now. Bottom lane, all flavor here, though, for Vici. So here we go. Nyx Assassin's getting them out initially. There is a sentry over here. He needs to be careful. He's in range now. Spike Carapace. They see him. He stuns himself, though, does Earth Spirit. And they're going to initiate with the Snowball. So top goes down. Will Terrorblade poured in. He's not coming just yet. Well, looks like they are going to hold the Nether Ward. Plenty of spam before being killed off. Great Boulder Smash on 3 heroes. Blink Dagger away from Chalice, though. Well played. Paparazzi. He's still Tusk? Okay. Like, I just saw the Snowball on the other side. Underlord, Maledict is up. Terrorblade's pushing tier 3 now. Paparazzi finally ports back, but now the Radiant team, they know they have an opening. They do not have to deal with the core on the other side of Morphling. Tusk, he goes in with the Snowball. He's like, yeah, I'm a little bit better at it. Sanity to the Eclipse, gets 2 kills on Underlord as well as Earthspirit. It's going to set up a third, most likely on Pugna. They run down Nature's Prophet in the meantime, and Pugna, boom, goes the Dynamite. Hat trick coming out for Somnus.
Oh boy.
All 5 still alive. So Terrorblade, he baits out the TP of Paparazzi back to the top tier 3, which they get the tower. Wow, he did a lot of damage to that tower, actually. LGD, their biggest lead of the game now, 6,000 net worth, and they're probably going to get another tower out of this. Yeah, so Morphling insisting on using his Morph on Tusk and Nyx Assassin so far. We've seen an OD a couple times earlier on. But as these fights progress on, you would think the Terrorblade is going to be the big one.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire are scanning.
But it's also one of those cases you're just
Dire's
simply kind
middle
of
tower
reacting to
is
the
under
situation. To be fair, and actually Orchid catches him here. Snowball in, he has a wave for him, he'll get it off. He's good for now.
Dire's middle tower
OD,
has
another
fallen.
imprisonment, and gonna put him under. They got a cask bounce. Walrus Punch, there's a Walrus Punch cast, Maledict, it's enough. Did he take over? Yeah, he took over Paparazzi. Oh, excuse me, he took over OD. I keep saying took. I don't even know if that's the right term for it. So, anyways, he morphed. That would be the more appropriate term, right? So he morphed into OD. My guess is he tried to imprison himself, if anything, but yeah, it's a desperate play. That does not work out, so his morph will be on cooldown a little bit. He actually didn't hit 18 either, so. Meanwhile, Pugna, he's going to be jumped by Nyx Assassin. Tusk assists, and they get a kill, and there's more coming, so Fenrir, and he needs to get away, and so does Underlord. Already TP's out, but
Dire's middle tower is
Earth
under
Spirit,
attack.
he's not getting away.
Practice special for you.
With me.
Nature's Prophet, hiding in the trees, being one with his people. Manages to escape. The blind stuns do not hit. This Terrorblade, though, his own Lincoln's is actually coming out, and part of me believes that's, you know, Morphling can obviously take it off with the Adaptive Strike, but also prevent Morph on him. But then you have Pugna and his Life Drain, or Decrepify for that matter. Yeah, this is actually a decent Lincoln's game, isn't it? Because they really don't have a lot of single target. And the ones that they do, it's actually pretty good against, so.
Horn of the Realm.
Got something we didn't really point out just yet, but looking more at the lineup of Vici Gaming, their lockdown is lacking big time. So that probably has a lot to do with what Paparazzi's been doing here as far as using his morph and taking over between Nyx and Tusk again, because they're lacking crowd control, so he's trying to make up for that by taking crowd control from the other team, but yeah, not the most ideal sometimes. OD, by the way, his own BKB now finished, 10 seconds. Got somebody here middle lane, that's Underlord, he yields on up. Brings him on down, Maledict helping to secure this one. Vanish. Yeah, he's dead. God, that Nether Ward. Just the constant zap of the Voodoo Restoration. I guess that's kind of a decent tool for trying to figure out where it is, if anything. It's not doing the most in return anyways. Buyback from Underlord. Terrorblade, meanwhile, he's pushing the top lane. He's got the reflection up as well as the Metamorphosis. Paparazzi having to fall back. He still has his morph, by the way. So we'll see if Paparazzi makes good use of that. He takes over Nyx Assassin, misses the Impale due to the Eels, and actually great port away from Chalice using the Blink Dagger. Sandy does Eclipse, comes down, dieback for Underlord. Buyback, by the way, on Pugna, as he died earlier on as well, but Paparazzi just keeping his distance, but Earthspirit going down, they're going in, Pugna's gonna die. Another triple kill for Somnus, and GG's are called. It'll be a victory of 2-0 for LGD here against Vici Gaming. I came into this series, no doubt, I'm sure like plenty of other people, expecting, if anything, you know, a fairly close series back and forth, perhaps going the distance, maybe leaning towards Vici Gaming. Man, LGD Gaming showed up today, that's for sure. If they play like that once again, I feel like that's so much of a trend of these Chinese teams specifically. This goes back, it's such a chaotic region for this reason, where one event, one day, you'll see a team like LGD frankly flop and not do too well, and then the next one they look like one of the best teams in the world. It's just it's amazing the wave of momentum that they ride, especially over here in China, or over there I should say. But LGD right now, they're on a high point, they're on top of the wave and feeling very good, at least here today. So again, they advance on to the next round. Congratulations to them. They'll play the winner of VGJ Thunder versus Rock Young. And that'll be later today on the main stream. Let me see if I can get confirmation. What is score for VGJ series? So, but as far as this stream goes, guys, we are going to be finished for now. Or for today, I should say. So it was only the one best of 3 here on the secondary stream. The main stream and the caster over there, they'll have the... I believe they're going to be casting the winner finals. So, yeah, we'll be LGD versus the winner of VGJ Thunder versus Rock Young. And it looks like they're in game number 2 of that series over there right now. Yeah, it's 1-0 VGJ Thunder, and they're currently in game 2. So you can check out the main stream, Epicenter_EN1, if you like to watch the rest of that series. And then, again, the following one, LGD versus the winner. But as far as this stream goes, as always, plenty of fun. I personally will be back on the weekend here and casting the rest of the playoffs. And actually, I'm going to be joined by Grant, the one and only. Yes, the NA legend himself. Going to be casting some Chinese Dota with me. That's the plan, at least, over these next couple of nights here. So it should be extra fun. I'm really looking forward to that. Always a good man to cast with, and brings plenty of entertainment as well as great analysis, frankly, to the stream. So that should be fun. That we will be on the main stream, Epicenter_EN1, come tomorrow. Again, for the rest of the playoffs between Saturday and Sunday. But for today, wrapping up. As always, guys, really do appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We had a couple of great games right here on this stream. And once again, I'm Breaky CPK. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Feel free to check me out. I'm casting a lot of Dota 2 lately. I'm back into it. Had a bit of a break there due to my kid being born. But back now on the grind once again. And looking forward to seeing how this one ultimately finishes up. But thanks again for tuning in. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on the main stream. But again, head over to that main stream to check out the series currently going on, and then the winter finals shortly after that. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you next time. finishes up. But thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on the main stream. But again, head over to that main stream to check out the series currently going on, and then the winter finals shortly after that. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you next time.
At the bot lane, AO is scouting out, but there's a few too many heroes around this time around. Polaris, though, does have the jewel ready to go. Yang is hidden in the trees, but it almost seems like they know he's somewhere around that area. But they will not find him.
It's very careful for VGJ Thunder. This is starting to get out of hand, and the Mirana is actually what's destroying them, doing so much damage.
They did try to have a go onto the Dark Willow, but the Shadow Realm, of course, making her invulnerable. Although they will glimpse her back with that track, and the jewel is there, and she's gone. Stun wasn't in time. They will get the Burrow Strike off onto 2, though. But the Static Storm is onto 2 as well. It's just perfect. He will Cyclone up, but there's DDC gone. Now freezes the next target, and he's gone as well. They'll chase after Yang, but Rock Young are looking so strong right now. Yang glimpse back again. This Disruptor. Oh, the Burrow Strike. Perfectly timed from Yang, but still 3 heroes are down, and the overwhelming odds actually gets him with IO. Oh.
Ranch walker? There's another type of walker. Oh, I can use the ability as many times as I want. I didn't even realize that. Oh. What? That's so broken. Yeah, I really want to counter that. Yeah, dude, I'm good taking mana here. Alright, so hold up. So I play that, and then I take another walker. And then I play that again, because I can do it multiple times for some reason. And then we're gonna get that, so we explore. So, sure. So we heal, and then we're gonna do that again. And then we're gonna do that, and I did whatever. I can wait. What is that? The limiting one? No. Black is the limiting one. Okay. And we do that, and then we explore again. And then we gain a lot more life. And then those are really big right now. And we don't have to attack because he's just going to die because they're in play. Well, I'm glad this took like 13 hours to figure out. Alright. Nope. 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 No, I'm good. Sweet. Mana. Oh, I'm dumb! Oh no! Undo! 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 Undo doesn't work, guys. Okay, I want to keep that one. Alright, it's fine. I'm gonna copy the guy that I just killed. Oh, it doesn't work? Okay, it's fine. It's a little bit of trial and error, guys. It's no big deal. Okay. Alright. Yeah, okay, let's get that one. Okay. Okay, I'm good. That was a productive turn. It's a pretty good turn. 100 out of 10 PM. I didn't mean to. No, 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 no. No, I don't know if I have any good cards left. Yes! Victory! He's laughing, but looks like an idiot. Alright, dude. If I had any self-respect, I wouldn't be streaming, okay? So you need to know where you're at right now. You're on Twitch, okay? Self-respect doesn't belong here. We just go for cheap laughs, and that was pretty cheap. Alright, that was pretty good. Alright, so that deck's pretty good. I literally didn't realize you could do that ability multiple times on the same turn. Yeah, clearly you can. Like, I don't know why I would think that. And that makes the card a hell of a lot more broken than I thought. And it was already, like, easily the best card I've seen so far, so. Alright, that's pretty good. So yeah, you kind of just want this card. If you can get this card, you're going to be sitting pretty. Instant speed, I know it's instant speed. I know. Alright dudes, well I survived like 13 hours streaming. That wasn't too bad. Magic's pretty fun. I don't know if I'll play it too much longer. Maybe I'll play some tomorrow, but I'm going to do it within regular streaming hours. So you guys know when that is. 11 p.m. EDT. Right now it's daylight savings time in Europe, I think. Maybe for another few days. So it's 4 a.m. CET, I believe. Anyway.
Mythic at 26th for our Boros deck, which is inconsequential, but like if the mythic representation is actually 3%, you should expect to get about 1 per 30 wins. Martyr of Dusk, yeah, I can't have that happen. Sorry, bud. I like you, but you're not, you're not my type. Sorry. I like cats. I like cats more. Come on. Give me magma spray. Magma spray. Champion of Wits. What the fuck is that? I mean, actually, it's not bad. It's... Why you have to be mad, Noxious? This is not shit. It's a minion. Creature. Thing to play. Also, whenever I get another blue mana, I'll just be able to steal the cat. You know what's really cool? If he buffs the cat. Come on, buff the cat.
so confused by this. All pump spells in hand. Pump spells are removal, is what I would think. I may just do that.
Whoa! He ducked under it? Oh my god, I messed up my damn combo. I was supposed to do down back one, I did back one. I'll go one more. Starting to learn what the hell to do against Yoshimitsu.